Hello everyone.
Hello. Today we are going to discuss about circular supply chain management with my colleague Bahtiyar Umarov.
And Jamshed Ashmirzaev.
So
So basically we have some slides and which through we will go through.
And we will use this class as a notes.
So let's discuss the linear supply chain and the circular supply chain to define both of them. So first of all, let's talk about the economic term, economic situation in the world right now. So every company tries to maximize their profit and tries to lower their costs and use the products that cannot be restored, and also they use that products again uh, to make it
To make it more profitable, right?
yeah.
In the linear supply chain, most of the products or most of the companies use their virgin materials as a raw material producer, and then they send to the product manufacturer. Product manufacturer makes the product, and product goes to the consumer, and consumer dispose the product, and it goes to the waste. It's how our economy system works. It's linear, and it doesn't relate it to each other. All of the products goes to the waste.
Like the straight line.
Yeah, like the straight line.
Uh,
However, if you compare to with the circular economy, now it's getting in trend in the world. In some of the developed countries, they're already trying to implement circular supply chain, and we can explain how it works.
so in this occasion, it's also the same.
It's also the same,
Same
when the product starts.
When the product starts, the line is the same, but when coming to the consumer and the parts, so consumer uh, takes the product and tries to reuse it multiple times or resell on the market so others could buy who don't have money uh, for the new one, because it's like the old one, so it will be less cheap, less expensive, and people can afford it. So it's between the consumers themselves. Uh, this is the first circle. Second circle is
When the products cannot be reused, it goes to the collector. Collectors tries to collect every in reusable products, I may say, and collector delivers the products to the product manufacturer. Product manufacturer refurbish it or remanufacture it.
or it goes to the raw material producer, who then will take the product and recycle or make a recovery for that product and give it next again to the product manufacturer, and then he will use it again for the manufacturing of product, and then consumer will use it again.
Yes.
So there are principles
Which can define how the circular economy works, circular supply chain works actually. It will start with the reducing the product. For example, what does it mean reducing the product actually, right? Can we start from this? From this, reducing the product means the company reduce the material of the product by the amount of it's maybe like thinner. It's maybe like thinner, or it's maybe like weaker than the previous one, but it's always does the same job.
And it reduces the amount of plastic,
Plastic
or
material.
materials used for the manufacturing process. For example, we have here two cups, two bottles
Bottles.
actually,
Plastic
and
bottles.
yeah, one of them has a longer and
Leak.
thicker leak, which means that it's like 2 times more in the in terms of the
In terms
use
of the size.
plastic.
Size
So,
as well.
and also the quality of the bottle itself, it's also like, this is more harder, and this one is very soft, and it can be
Manufactured easily.
easily, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where reduction of materials can
Materials.
be used in the companies. It's the manufacturer process. Here we have some examples as juice, water containers, as well as a food package, but they maintain the same primary functions, but just decrease the environmental output, negative output. So these are for the basic daily products that we use daily. Reuse.
Reusing actually mostly implemented to the individuals, right?
Yeah.
When the customer takes the product, it has to be reused and reused until it breaks, or until it lost, or some kind of damage it happens to the product. Certain products can be used several times without losing their main functions.
For example, bottles
yeah,
as well.
bottles as well.
They can be used at least 10 times. Then it will get like bad color and etc. So then when it will not be usable, after all, the user will throw it to trash, the consumer, and will throw it to the trash. So then it should go again to the collector and then distribute it to the necessary places. Coffee shops can implement some strategies to mitigate with this waste problem. They can offer discounts for those people who come with their own cups,
or reusable tumblers, right?
Yeah.
Reusable cups or eatable cups they can use as well.
Yeah, coffee shops can sell with eatable cups, whatever the drink.
They may encourage shoppers to reuse shopping bags, supermarkets in several countries. That's also correct. I think there is a example in Uzbekistan, for example, Korzinka.
Yeah.
They charge for the plastic pockets.
Yeah, it's about 300 soms. Starting from 300, and if you need additional bags, you have to pay every additional cost for it. But people are okay with it, and because they actually reuse it again. For throwing the trash.
Yeah, when this process started, I remember that my mother told me that take that bag and do not buy the plastic pocket, because it costs some amount of money, right? Then it starts to influence to the customers. They change their behaviors from some additional cost. That's actually a true cost of the pockets, and we think that it has to be added to the. The cost has to be added to the pocket, right?
Yeah. And also, I think that people in the Karzinka, they there is a bakery in supermarkets called Karzinka. They have paper bags
Paper bags, yeah.
and the actual plastic bags. Plastic bags are like the a lot of them, so it's not kind of charged for you. But if you buy from the paper ones, they will charge you 2,000 tons
Yeah,
per bag. So it's like also the improvement for the charging the customers for.
Oh, I think bakeries are mostly will be the hot, right? Bakeries hot, and when you put bakery inside the plastic pocket, it's
It
plastic
gets
bag.
wet.
Yeah, it gets wet and it loses some
Freshness.
taste and freshness, right? And we don't like it because some of breads will get wet.
It will break the taste. Yeah, agreed on that. And I don't know what can be reused for those bags actually. It's like the paper ones. They also will go to the trash as well.
Trash, but from reusing it, plastic pockets will be using like trash pockets, right?
Yeah.
And we collect the trash and we put it together and take it to the trash.
Let's move to the remanufacture. When a product multifunctions, repairing, refurbishing, or remanufacturing can prolong the useful life of the product, replace certain parts while retaining other well-functioning parts, reduce the need for the new materials, as saved costs. Yeah, this is definitely goes with almost all the companies do it, I think.
Yes, for example,
Apple,
right? Apple,
yeah,
they
they collect.
started to design their mobiles with the same size, the gadgets. I mean, they're same size. When the phone is distributed again to the company, they take the reusable or usable gadgets and that make
Try
another
to
try
use
to use it again. Right?
Yeah,
Try to use it again without any
losses.
Losses.
In costs. So this is one, and also they provide with some services of getting your phone back. For example, if you broke the glass or something, you can send them your phone, and they will send you they will either send you the new one or repair that and send you again. Mobile phones are here mentioned as well. Recycle. This is where collectors give to the raw material producers. So raw material producers will will implement the some strategies of transformation of those products into the raw materials again. So then they can again give those raw materials to the manufacturer.
Right?
Yeah.
Metals, plastics, papers are really common materials that can be recycled, because when the paper is not considered enough to use again, it can be recycled and goes to the manufacturer as a raw material, right?
Yeah.
Certain recycled materials.
Here in Uzbekistan we have plastic, iron, and paper. Most of them consist of them, but also it's not made by the consumers themselves. It's made by the collectors.
It's made by the collectors, but consumers can get some profits from bring bringing metals, plastics, for
Yeah, yeah,
papers,
yeah.
and
They
They can
get
sell
some
their,
portion of the money will be given to them, but it's a little bit. And I have seen that there are people implementing those strategies used in Germany, where you throw your
Yeah.
can and they give you money. Here in Uzbekistan, I also have seen it, but it's like the
it's like it's not developed, right?
Yeah.
Well developed structure. It does not have any implementation structures as well.
Yeah,
I've seen this project in Instagram.
Yeah, I also have seen it.
Yeah.
This is implementation of it will not work because of the costs actually
Yeah,
of the water.
costs
It costs like
so cheap.
so cheap. Yeah, it costs
0 something.
0.4 0.3
Yeah.
dollars.
three.
It's nothing for giving 1 liter, 2 liters of bottle. But however, in Germany, it costs maybe $2. I'm not sure, but it should be, because it gives you at least half of the money back.
Yes.
So there is no point of for people to throw it and give like almost nothing. So they mostly don't use it for recycling purposes.
Yeah.
Only collectors.
Did you give attention to the amount of views of their Instagram profile?
No, I
Profile?
think it's
it's so low.
low. Yeah.
2,000 or 3,000 views they get for every post, and it's really low. I think depends on the it depends also on the mindset of the people. Yeah, we are not educated to manage our waste, right? It's not always. We always educated to throw our wastes to the trash, but we do not think about it
Circularity.
after circularity, and we do not think about what will happen to this trash, because we never seen the
Outcome.
fields,
Yeah.
trash fields. We never seen these places.
What
actually.
are there?
Yeah,
How
what
many
are there?
plastics
How many
are there?
plastics?
Yeah. Recover is employed when the waste is converted into resources such as heat, electricity, or even fuel.
Yeah, recovery is, I think, for the totally wastes, right? Wastes.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
once-
Plastic waste is known to be able to be turned into fuel. Also, its economic availability remains questionable. Biomass for farming can be used.
Yeah, biomass.
Yeah. So let's talk
Move
about
to
the circular value
chain.
creation. What does we get from the circularity of the products? Actually, when we reuse it, it gives us the free kind of availability to use the product again. So there will be not any additional costs for it. We already have a product. Longer circularity, it's for when you when it goes to the remanufacturing, recycling, and it keeps on that loop, it will be longer circularity. Cascade usage, it's when
You can give an example for H&M, right?
yeah, it's when you have products and you can't take those products back, marking them or somehow saying that it's writing there, and you can use those materials for your making them refurbishment and repairing, or as H&M does, they remanufacture their clothes.
Yeah, exactly. When the product will manufactured, there will be extra cost or extra value in there. If you want to distribute your waste or productions that's already used, uh, it's it gives also the value to the logistics, right? Logistics takes some value, and also costs will be made it from zero, because you already get paid. You already get paid for those
what you have
product,
done.
yeah, product, and it goes back to you, and you're making it again, and you're making extra you're making extra cost and extra price, and you're selling it, and
And,
people buy
and
from
it's extra profit for
extra
you.
profit for us as well.
Yeah.
100%.
And also one more important thing, the the virgin material is not used again.
You saved the materials,
material.
resources. We actually saved.
Reuse, refurbishing, remanufacturing.
Manufacturing.
Yeah. We already
We all
talked
talked about this.
about them. These footprints are shared through the product's useful life, associated with externalities such as greenhouse gases and environmental toxicity, are also reduced. Yeah, this is when you use the product again, refurbish it, or remanufacture. You do not use the raw material again, and also you are not wasting your product again. It will not go to the waste, it can be used again.
Yes. Longer circularity, and we have already talked about this. I think cascade usage, pure inputs. Yeah.
Let's talk about the implementation of circular business model. We can reach it with different approaches. Focus could be on the inputs such as material, energy, water, labor, and or outputs such as waste or carbon emissions. So the company needs to focus on how to reduce the amount of inputs for their products, raw material, labor, energy they use for manufacturing that product can be minimized using the renewable energy sources as wind, sun, as Apple also does. It uses 100% of renewable energy in every their
for the every product, for the every
for maintaining their all the facilities for selling shops.
Selling shops.
Yeah, I have heard wrote wrote about it. You also yeah. So then we can go to the
innovation development
and leakage point reduction, where some people can somehow use your product in not official ways. For example, if you set some kind of barrier to use, but they break it, it's not the good consequence.
I think to moving the circular economy or circular supply chain, and innovation development of leakage points or also could be established as well, because it forces us to establish, because some, as you said, some products are not well developed enough, or some of the products may require to some innovations to manufacture it or to remanufacture it. Maybe the plastics or some metals or technologies. Technologies are mostly required to use the innovation developments. Ownership,
Ownership and
models.
take back models are being thought over or
It's
taken
related-
control in the form of rental and leasing. In
Yeah,
the one of the
companies.
seminars, we had a task to calculate the price of the stroller, as you remember,
Yes, I remember that. I remember.
which you didn't do.
Yeah, but you didn't, right?
Yeah.
You get some extra point for that.
Yeah, 5.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I calculated it and I found that when you have, I think it was 1.5 years, and if you use 1.5 less years to you will use your stroller, it is better for you to rent it
Yes.
rather than buying.
Rather than buying it, it costs you less cost.
It don't get much space then after you use it. For example, it's not 5 years stroller that you will use. It will be like maximum 2 years.
And you may not have any child anymore, or your child will be grown up, and you don't use that strollers anymore, and it will goes to the waste again.
Yeah. Then we found that actually rent and leasing can be more efficient than buying.
And what is the point of renting and leasing again? That it forces the companies to take care of their product for themselves. When the company sells the product, they don't take care about, or they really don't think about their product again, because they sell it and it's over. They take your money and they will get more money from selling it. But if the companies shift their business model from selling to renting or leasing the products, it also influence the product's quality, product's longevity as well. The products will be served for longer times, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Reserve material data and big data analysis can be utilized to improve the calculations. How many have you sold of your products? How many does it came back through the circularity process? If you manage to calculate all of those, this can be the very helpful base for circularity, and it can be then used for analysis of the future trends, how many you should produce,
Yes.
how trends will go,
yeah.
and you can adapt to this your production, manufacturing. You can produce less and it will give you less costs, and you will not live with the extra that you have.
You save the materials as well again.
Yeah,
in this process.
you don't use extra virgin materials. Connecting data
among suppliers, service providers, and customers and their devices. And when you connect the suppliers with the data, and suppliers also can get profit from that point, right?
Yeah.
Because when the sum of the suppliers is facing the lacking of the product, another supplier can sell their supply to another supplier, right?
Yeah.
It's also a possible way to get profit from connecting data among suppliers, service providers. Yeah, service products. I think it's
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 it's very good in Malika Bazaar.
yeah,
When
service.
you go and give your
So
phone to
phone.
repair, and they call, hey bro, we have this phone. How much will be the repairment? And and it's like the network of things, not internet of things,
Sure.
but yeah, they are among the service providers themselves. Customers, it's like I can say OLX.
Yeah, OLX. You 100%. Yes, brother. OLX is the best way of reusing, reselling the product in Uzbekistan. It works actually very well. But in the start of the point, in the start of the business model, they face some difficulties, some obstacles. But now they're managing really good, I think, because they are taking a profit, taking a profit from every selling, every posting the product.
Yeah, posting
When
the
you
product.
when you
Promotion of-
when you want to promotion your product, you have to now pay for
Yeah.
the OLX.
And you know, I
We
have
can-
seen
we
it
can sense-
recently.
Yeah, you can sense the customer behavior in here overall past, I don't know, maybe 10 years or 8 years, right? OLX exists in 10 years, I think.
Look at this. Яндекс станция Max OLX объявление. And here the description. Не работает, постоянно просит подписку, не понимает почему.
Yeah.
So it's like recently, and it's 2 million only. It says it's almost new, and which means that the new one costs 4 million plus.
Sure, brother, sure.
It's like people don't know how to use it because they don't know how to subscribe or how to manage those products, and they can like share with each other the customer base. Yeah, this was the
These are
implementation.
our implementations, and
One of the keys that we talked here was the rent and leasing.
rent and leasing, yeah,
Yeah.
that's our third option, right?
Yeah, here we can see the Philips Lightning as a service. It gives us the service of lightning. As we discussed in the lectures, you can say to the company that you have several, for example, university and 10 rooms, and you need them to be lighted.
Lights, yeah.
So
We don't want to buy the lighting bulbs, but we want to make the room lights, and
Yeah.
we want to use that as a service.
And these services are offered by the Philips. They come, install, and if something gets broken, you call them, and they come, fix, and after the contract is over, they will take their lightning again to themselves and use it for others. But for them it's profitable because once they make a contract with you, they will 100% get their product back.
Yes, sure. That's what we talked before the previous slide, right?
Yeah.
100%.
And they use this circular strategy, and it works in Europe, but not here in Uzbekistan. I think it requires a bit more time to this kind of businesses to
Business to business,
yeah.
yeah, B2Bs.
to operate. It's difficult because we used to buy the things, not
Because our
not rent, not
yeah.
service based. Yeah, but now it is shifting somehow because of we see these trends, and we are okay we're being tolerant and we see the need and purpose from them.
Yes, I agree with what you said now. Implementing their business model into the Uzbekistan will not be easy, I think, because the customer behavior, I think they will not accept this kind of business concept. As we know, there are individuals, right? We live as an individual. There is no organization that in our apartments to 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 get the responsibility to put the slides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If if they wanna work with the new companies, new building companies, I think it works. But for the customers, for the individual customers, or for already existed households and apartments, it will be, I think, somehow harsh to implement, or not suitable. I think maybe they need to work on this as well, and these problems.
And as well,
Because, as I said, there is no B2B.
yeah.
There will not be B2B for the individual customers. They're not business. They're individuals, and I don't know how they accept and how they accept. It will be, I think, our critical point to the Philips Lighting as a Service, right?
Yeah, last time when I said this idea to the entrepreneurship module, when I had a seminar, this idea, my group mates, 3 of them were like, no, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
And then I explained everything to the professor, and she said, no, I don't think it will work out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
it's like when you don't know actually they don't know the main purpose of it.
True.
And they don't understand that it's for the circularity, not rather than making a lot of money. But of course they are making money, but mostly focusing on the circular chain.
Yeah.
So they can get those light bulbs again to the manufacturer. They will maybe give it to the raw material producer. Then they can use it again. It's like the reverse linear model works
True.
there for 100%.
Government.
Yeah,
What
government.
do you think about government implementations or government regulations to moving the circular economy? I think to moving the circular economy, it will be the best of help from the government, because without help of the government to achieving the circular economy system is so unimaginable to achieve, because actually, if the government helps, it will ease everything.
Yeah.
It will ease everything. It has to do some regulations or some kind of subsidies to these companies, right? To achieving the, for example, Philips Lighting as a Service, they may maintain some subsidies to them, provide some subsidies.
Yeah, sure. And you know what? One of my professors, Begzod Egenberdiyev, you also, our professor,
He is my professor as well.
he told us that in Germany, the electricity, it's in the free market and the private companies owns them, so they compete with each other for the more customer based, and they offer lower prices for electricity, and this gives a good chance for customers to have the best service for the best price.
Yes, market demand, and
Yeah,
Demand and supply, rule of demand and supply. And the
yeah, and but in Uzbekistan, electricity, water, gas, everything is governmental owned.
yeah,
That's why it's harsh to implement those strategies. But anyway, government could help literally for 90% of the circularity if there was an implementation of it.
implementations. Yeah, it was good to talk with you, brother. I think.
Brother, me too.
Yeah.